The French and Indian War was fought over control of the Allegheny River that was the only sure route through the vast forests of western Pennsylvania. The Allegheny was called the Ohio by the Iroquois tribe, while the French referred to it as La Belle Rivière, or Beautiful River. The Iroquois who lived here needed the river to trap beaver and trade for the necessities of life from the Europeans. These necessities included cloth, muskets, powder, and metal pots and knives. The French needed the Allegheny for trapping too, and as a link to their southern territories in Louisiana. In 1749, Captain Pierre Celeron's expedition from Lake Erie down Conewango Creek to the Allegheny claimed the region for King Louis XV of France when the officer buried lead plates at strategic locations along his route. Then in 1753, the French began building a string of forts from Lake Erie down the Allegheny to strengthen their hold on the area. The French fort building upset the Iroquois because it broke the 1701 Treaty of Montreal. The English were angry because they considered the Allegheny River Valley as part of their territories. As a result, in October 1753, Major George Washington was sent by Virginia Governor Dinwiddie on a spy mission to Fort Le Boeuf, currently Waterford, Pennsylvania, to demand that the French leave. Instead of returning to Canada as requested, the French moved farther south in the spring of 1754 and built Fort Duquesne at the forks of the Ohio, present-day Pittsburgh. That prompted Dinwiddie to raise an army of Virginia militia that he sent to attack the fort. Open hostilities began at Jumonville Glen, south of Pittsburgh, when Washington's soldiers fired on a French scouting party and took the survivors prisoner. Those were the first shots of the French and Indian War. Soon after, the French captured Washington's hastily built Fort Necessity and sent the Virginians home with their tails between their legs. A year later, in 1755, a small party of French Marines and their Indian allies ambushed and slaughtered General Edward Braddock's superior British army a few miles from Fort Duquesne. George Washington was the only English officer not killed or wounded during the disastrous battle. The Redcoats' defeat caused the Delaware tribe to side with the French and put all of Pennsylvania to the torch.